जय जगन्नाथ समस्त को नमस्कार प्रणाम एवं जुहार पॉलिटिशियन में कहते कहीदेली Now, as you have heard from the husbandhood, I would not have been here had Mahtab not been there. There is some relationship. I am what is nowadays you call it upabhokta, the beneficiary of his political munificence. Because in 1957, though I stood first in matriculation, high school certificate examination, first batch, I could not proceed to college because there was no money. I approached so many people, everybody, including Gadadhar Datta, my own MLA, they all refused. Somebody said, you are not my caste, so I can't give you. So a deputy collector, sub-deputy collector was afraid of Mahtab, meeting Mahtab because he was part of the... He took me to Dr. Mahtab and left me at the gate of Chief Minister. Chief Minister's office was in AG Square. 1957, it's hardly 9 years of establishment of new capital. So hardly there were few houses. I could see only the electric mast of Bhubaneswar railway station, then straight walk to the Chief Minister's residence. The man who took me to Dr. Mahtab, he was afraid of Dr. Mahtab because he was Chief Minister, earlier he was Prime Minister. And he being Deputy Collector, he was very afraid. He said, you fend for yourself. So I went inside, everybody wanted to drive me out because it is Chief Minister's residence. When I told them I want some money to pursue my higher education, everybody let me in. And they, to my good fortune, they all came to endure me and took me to the place where Mahtab was sitting. You would be surprised to know that Mahtab, any other politician at that juncture, at that time, would have felt perplexed because Mahtab had come resigning from governorship. Only few April, I think he resigned, and then he has hardly 1.5 months, and he jumbled up Ganatantra Parishad, the Rajas whom he drove out as part of the ministry because Congress had hardly 30 seats, so it was half the assembly seats. He could not become a coalition government to Ganatantra. So everybody was running to his house. I was sitting, then there. It became night 10 p.m. Everybody went away. Then I was sitting there. Said, why you are sitting here? I said, I want to meet Mahtab, Harekrushna Mahtab. I need some money to pursue my college education. Then he called me through his PA. You would be all probably reciting Francis Bacon thing. The reading maketh a fool man. I think Mahtab was a fool man in that sense because he used to read all the papers he got, all the books he got. Then he said, you have stood fast. But why do you do money? You will get scholarship. I said, scholarship is not available for 6 months. The clock has to see me continue, then you will pay to bill and get it. Then he said, it is already 10 p.m., I can't give you some money. You come 1 week later. Then I almost cried. They said, why you are unhappy? I said, how do I go back? There is no money to go back. Then he said, how much you need for going back? Then I calculated 2 rupees 75. Then he was Anna, 2 rupees 12 annas. Then he told his PA, Khuntia, to give him the money. He gave me 2 rupees 12 annas. I went back again. After 1 week I came, and he, as per my calculation, he gave me 215 rupees for managing my college days for 6 months, including hostel fees. 215 rupees at that time is equivalent to 27,000 today. And his salary was hardly 8,000 rupees. You can't imagine I consider him a fool man because he knew that something like Sahadeva Sahoo has stood fast. He didn't scold me or anything. The way he must have been perplexed because he was worried about managing the coalition government. He hardly 1.5 months before even his son Bhatwari Mahtab was born. He was born in September. I was in May with Dr. Mahtab. So then because of that, I continued. Had he not given me money, I would have been where? I would have been Dadan Samika or migrant labor, which means I would have died by 38 or 40 years age and would not have been here. That's why I consider Dr. Mahtab a ready man, full man, because he knew everything that is happening in Odisha at that time. Then I have been in touch. Then when I was secretary to Revensa College Union in my third year, a message came from Dr. Mahtab. You can meet me. Then some other union leaders were there. He asked me, would you like to join politics? I said, no, political science I will take up. I will not join politics. Then he said, are you finding enough money with your scholarship? I said, somehow I am managing. Then he sanctioned another scholarship, OBC scholarship. But I told him it is not available. You can't take 2 scholarships at a time. So that scholarship was next point of contact with him was when I was Baleshwar collector. Nilgiri subdivision was a part of it. And the paper, by that time, Mahtab was almost giving up politics because he fell out with Indira Gandhi after 76 emergency. He ran some other organizations on political parties. There I had to meet him and tell him that this is the place where we began the entire integration of the states. Madhubabu, called Mani Madhusudan Das, could create Odisha on the basis of the language, Odia language, but Odisha was not fully complete. It was half done. He who started with the integration of states. Entire India, the Congress movement was only centering on non-state areas. All states, Mahatma Gandhi, etc., they thought they are our own fellows, own kings. So there is no need for independence movement there. It is Mahtab who went on telling them, even if our people are with our own kings are being subject to these colonial rules, they are torturing our fellows. People do not have independence, do not have their privileges, rights. It is therefore necessary we have to integrate them. He went on pleading with Mahatma Gandhi. In Calcutta session, he also went on pleading that the Prajamandal Andolan should be part of the Congress movement. They should be integrated. It is he who made our Congress party aware that states people also should be party to the national movement. Nobody else had thought of then. Only Mahtab could tell this because Mahtab had is very near his house. His native place is near Nilgiri. So he knew how people are being treated in the states. So after he called the states agencies to have a meeting in Cuttack. Nowhere else they had made any meeting. He is only the first person who called all the pencil states of Eastern Agency because he told the Congress, Mahatma Gandhi leader and others, Congress leaders, that unless you integrate these people with us, Odisha cannot develop. If you plan anything, develop anything, you can't do it without Gadjats because the Mahanadi comes through that, roads have to go there, any economic activity has to be whole scale, it can't be peaceful in some subdivision of, then it was only 6 states, 6 districts of Odisha. And that Sambalpur was far away, Anugul of course was already part of the Cuttack district. So because he went on persuading Congress party, Congress leaders that the movement of the people in the Gurjats should be part of the national movement of the Congress. Only then our aim of ushering in independent India will be economically viable. So it is Dr. Mahtab who started the integration process. 1947, he, with then the Revenue Division Commissioner was Senapati, he took him with the permission of the Constitutional government, a police force, and occupied Nilgiri. Nilgiri was occupied, not integrated, first occupied. This is first step entire India, where the Gurjat Rajas, the feudatory states, they were made aware that they have to be part of India. Gurjat, Nilgiri was occupied state, became integrated state in 1948, January 1, but occupied in 1947. Because Prajamandal were very furious against the misrule of Nilgiri Raja, and Mahtab knew it from his own experience because his house is near Nilgiri. This is Baleshwar district, he belongs to Baleshwar district, that Nilgiri's border is with the Mahtab's birthplace. So again I came in contact with Dr. Mahtab when I was at RDC Sambalpur. By that time Mahtab had given up politics. He was, entire life he was devoting to Ratantra and other media. He said, he called me back, there was Srinivas, other leaders of Sambalpur, he called them outside and he took me to another room and told me, you see, when I was Prime Minister, I could integrate South Odisha to North Odisha because I made them Prime Ministers. Navakrishna Chaudhary, Pala Maharaja, all these, they were south, from south. Not Navakrishna Chaudhary, Pala Maharaja and his coterie of people from Ganjam district. But now time has come to integrate Western Odisha with Eastern Odisha. What to do? Then he gave me this story, which I also read. He said, during Second World War, when Japan was coming to invade, were sending airplanes to Odisha, bombed Kakata, the British government were afraid that Odisha may be targeted. That's why they sent a detachment of, from the cantonment, Kotak cantonment to Sambalpur to locate where the capital should be shifted. During that time, a part of people who went from Kotak, they misbehaved with people of Sambalpur. You would be probably happy to know Sambalpur ladies were better looking at that time. So from that time, Sambalpuri Kotaki feeling became very intense. Mahtab said, now that that period is over, I have come here to establish Harekrushna Trust, as I have done in Prajatantra Trust in Cuttack, which made entire Odisha aware. I created a sense of democracy among the people and sense of equal integration of one language. I also want to integrate Western Odisha with the Eastern Odisha. So Harekrushna Trust he established. When he made me member, I said, as governor, I can't be member. So he dropped me, but I was invited to the meetings. Entire effort was to find out a leader from Western Odisha who can be equivalent to Chief Minister or Deputy Chief Minister. He, of course, he could not live longer. I was in 83, 84, RDC. So within 4 years, his life ended. So obviously he could not proceed, but he made people aware that Sambalpur, which was part of Odisha, on creation of Odisha province, should not be alienated from coastal Odisha. Sambalpuri Kotaki feeling should not develop further. So he set up Harekrushna Express, Harekrushna Press, and just like Prajatantra Kotak became a center of literary activity. Sambalpur, he wanted Sambalpur to be a literary activity, a center of literary activity. He wanted to give them prizes, bring them up, children and ladies section he also opened, but he could not live long. But 2-3 things he took my help, I took his help also. One is the Kala Vikas Kendra of Balangir, which Raja wanted to take back, and Janaki Babu here, President also, Chief Minister, wanted to help them, let them take over. I said, we can't give it because as per the law, the trust which the Raja had created, it lapsed as with the pencil states, and the Raja is replaced by commissioner in the trust. So, Kalavikas Kendra trust chairman was RDC. So, I objected, but KP Singh, though, Denkal Raja and in connivance with Janaki Babu, they wanted to take it back. So, I resisted, then I told Mahtab, this is happening. Mahtab, who was then there in I think running the Hirakund trust, in the circuit office of Sambalpur, he took me aside. I said, I will handle this. You don't get afraid of Chief Minister. So he gave me enough strength to stop it and make it RDC the chairman. And till now you have that Kalavikas Kendra in Balangir. It would have gone to the Rajas. Another activity which he said, he told me, he said, I wanted to integrate this Western Odisha with Eastern Odisha, Kotak, etc., because the Mahanadi was the scourge of Odisha. 1931, he had met Mahatma Gandhi, 30 Calcutta session, and pleaded with him that Hirakud should be damned. Then, during this, the talk went on, and Mr. Sarai, etc., they came and did the investigation. But the war intervened, nothing would happen. But when he became again, 1945, when became Prime Minister, Odisha, then he again took it up. Then the Chief Minister was not there until 1950, January 26, when the Constitution was adopted, it became Chief Minister. Earlier it was called Prime Minister. So the Harekrushna Mahtab was the Prime Minister, pleaded with Mahatma Gandhi, who advised him to meet our Governor Houghton Lewis and take it up with the government. Government of India took it up. Then 1943, the Sambalpur, the waters, Sambalpur agitation came up. These people in the peninsular states, they were afraid that this might be Mahtab's entire strategy is to integrate the entire thing. They set up a parallel agitation against Hirakud. Because of the World War situation, this stopped, but then it again came up in 1946. So at that time, he organized another, organized people's movement to counter Raja Balangir Patna. Balangir Patna, now it was called Patna. Balangir Patna Raja Rajendra Singh, whom later on he was made a coalition government with him. The peasants' revolution against the peasants' movement against Hirakud was stopped by his own ingenuity. He gathered people from Sambalpur who stopped and then he used also the police force to stop it. And after that, you would be amazed to know that when, it was not even detailed project, but had not been made. He laid the foundation stone in 1946 through the British governor, and there was a lot of agitation, but he managed with the support of the people, the Sambalpur leaders at that time were very reluctant to come up, but he took them into his ministry and got it, even concrete work started, even if when the project was not ready, DPR was not, detailed project was not ready, he got it, he got the Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, to lay the concrete work. It is he who brought the Hirakud dam. Otherwise, the Hirakud dam would not have come up, because no other people are willing to get. Western Odisha was against it. Similarly, he started Raukala steel plant. He started all those. If you recall, he created all the industries which Biju Patnaik takes claim. He was the Minister of Industry and Supplies in Government of India after independence. And through his help, Odisha got all these industries. And Mahtab's idea was to decentralize industries, do not make them centered in presidency towns like Calcutta, Bombay, Delhi. That's why you get pencil in Pimpi, Bangalore, you get HL works, all Sindri fertilizer. During his time, this has come up. Nowadays, you are always searching for metro towns. Then another thing came when I was RDC, that J.B. Patnaik wanted Balco to set up aluminum industry in the where you have got that Vidal Nursing Mandir in the Paikamal. Then the entire area, if those of you who do not know, if you ever visit that, there is Vidal Nursing temple, that full of Gandhamardan Parvat of Gandhamardan mountain, full of medicine. There is an Ayurvedic college. So, entire people are against it. I was there, the government asked me to help it. Then Mahtab was in one of his visit in Sambalpur in 1982, 83. We had a meeting, he had a meeting, and people all said that if this is taken away, the environment will be damaged, our Ayurvedic institution will be damaged, the entire thing will become desert. So the environment association Mahtab created, and people made a lot of noise. As RTC, we said, I told the government that we can't help because this is against people's wishes. Particularly, Balco made advertisements saying that some Paikamal, Padampur, the province is Bihar, because that time, Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh had not been created. So all this weighed heavily with the people, and then people stopped it. And now you see, though Balco, other companies, they have purchased land, near Gandhamardan, they could not set up the factory there. Even now it is not done. So in that sense, with Mahtab's life, I am in a sort of, though not politically associated, administratively I have been associated. And had he lived probably 3-4 years more, the Western Odisha feeling would have been fully probably annihilated, fully wiped out. The man who, as he has done between South Odisha and North Odisha, because he gave chief ministership to South Odisha fellows, or deputy chief ministership. Similarly, he wanted people from Sambalpur to dominate also Odisha politics, but he could not generate the climate because he hardly stayed 3-4 years more. 87 he went away. But I am grateful that I am a living facsimile of Mahtab's munificence. Had Mahtab not been there, probably I would not have been here. I would not have been able to, what to talk of presiding a meeting, I would not have been seen even in Ravenshaw College or come to this magnificent building. So I would, again in memoriam, I will tell that because I am here, I am a living specimen, facsimile, living, fossil of Mahtab's life. So this is my tribute to him. And people tell, people always confuse who is giving, who gave the name, gave the appellation, the epithet, Utkal Kesari. In fact, while talking to him in Sambalpur, when I was RDC, he himself gave it, and people have been calling me Utkal Kesari because they think I have made few persons, like lion raises its cubs. I have created Biju Patna, I have created Miran Mitra. So that's why he is called Kesari. This is from his own mouth. But he said, I don't like to be called Kesari. I would like to be remembered as a father of Odisha, in the sense that what people nowadays call, if they stand something, I am going to fulfill my father's Adhura Sapna. Is it this Madhubabu's Adhura Sapna was fulfilled by Dr. Mahtab. The Odisha was only six districts, all states merged because of Mahtab, and we owe our entire Utkal existence to Dr. Mahtab's greatness. Thank you. Jai Jagannath.